What up, Talkin Fight fans? Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Knuckle Up. It is Female Friday, and it is yours truly, Mike or Emma, man, Cedric, Benn. Rounding out the year, man. What a great year to 2022. Cedric, so many highlights for 2022.
Yeah.
2023 is ramping up to start off with some bangers in the fight game that we've been waiting for. And yeah, honestly, we got to talk about these women, man.
Yeah, especially it was a big year for female fighting. A lot of big fights that were anticipated, not just for one side, but for both competitors, and that people were looking forward to see. So here's the list. We start with the list of fight of the year or prospect of the year, or
we'll start off. We'll give the mention ITR. They've just named prospect of the year Sky Nicholson.
Wait, who's ITR?
ITR inside the ropes.
Okay.
They got their ear to the ground. They've named Sky Nicholson their prospect of the year. Guys, if you don't know who Sky Nicholson is, she's a featherweight out of Australia, 5-0. She's ranked 21 out of 185 in the world right now. She's ranked number 1 out of 9 in Australia, and she has just been ripping through her competition. Definitely one to be watching. There's a big talent pool here with the women coming up, man. There's a lot of these girls around the world that are not noticed enough, but in Sky Nicholson, she is a promising fighter in the women boxing as of now. And, for the following reason, man. For starters, she loves to fight. She stayed extremely active, fighting 5 times in one calendar year, and seems poised to be fighting for a world title in 2023. The other aspect of it, engaging in that she has awkward moment as she dictates her action in the ring, and as her hand placement often appears to be window dressed for how she is trying to beat her opponent with her foot movements and stuff. She does show great promise and poise in that ring, man. Cedric, you've watched a few of these fights with her. I know you've been impressed with her skills.
Good tall, long southpaw, and she has very good footwork. A couple of times I've seen her opponent try to be aggressive, have come after her and try to cut her off, but she has very good footwork and was able to spin out of it and get back to the center of the ring, where she can kind of dictate more where she wanted to move. Very good skills like that. Keeps her hands up. There's a lot of this boxers from this generation, male and female, like to fight with their lead hand down, but she keeps that. She actually does keep it down a little bit, but she doesn't give the same look the whole time. You got to mix up your look. Sometimes you can keep that lead hand down to make it look like you're open, but you can't just do it the whole time, especially if you get caught once or twice. So I can understand why they gave her prospect of the year, because of the skill set that she has,
and definitely the fact that she's kept busy.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the fact that she's kept busy.
Yeah.
Huge things in the works for her. Definitely, we're going to see a hell of a lot more of this girl. 2023, this girl, she's already got the Commonwealth Boxing Council feather. She won that in her last outing against Christina Jacobs. That was back on October the 15th. She won that by unanimous decision. That first title, always a good one to get around her waist. And she's slowly moving up these rankings, man. Already ranked, 21 out of 185 in her division in the world. So, and who's sitting on top of that is Amanda Serrano in that division. So, there's a lot of great competition that stands in front of her, man. We did profile Carissy Brown, who is ranked 17th. We've talked about Lucy Wildheart, who is ranked 15th. Tierra Brown out of Florida. We've got a lot of great girls who are kind of unknown in that division, but are starting to really come up these rankings. And we should be seeing a great 2023 with Sky Nicholson, looking to fight that bigger competition, looking, for those world title shots eventually. Maybe near the end of 2023, we might see, depending on how she plays how she plays her cards and how her team, moves her through the next, year of fights and what they set up for. Um, but moving on, we're not just going to talk about Sky Nicholson. I gotta shout out our girl, man, Miyamoto, out of New Zealand. Wow, breaking records this year.
Yes, Mia.
Mia's killing it, guys. If you don't know Mia, I'll tell you all about her. She's now 15-0 with 6 knockouts. She is,
An impressive 15-0. Even the fights that she goes the distance with, she displays her good boxing skills, and
yes,
yeah, man, very good boxer to watch. If you haven't watch her fight live yet, do your best to make sure you check her out because she always puts on a good show.
definitely. New Zealand made a statement, in boxing of 2022 with 5 women in the top 10 sanctioning bodies, with so much happening and with great moments nationally and internationally. Uh, there's a top 10 list, man. And honestly, Miyamoto, knockout of the Thailand boxer. That was a huge one. Also, her fight with Baby Nansen. It's not often that New Zealand has what we call super fights. Only a couple come to mind: David Tua, Shane Cameron, Joseph Parker, Junior Fa. The idea of these super fights making massive main events when the idea of the fight is mouthwatering. The only time New Zealand really has, had a women's super fight was between Daniela Smith and Loopy in their rematch. So, super fight between the former WBC world ranked veteran of all combat sports, Baby Nansen, taking on the next big thing, Miyamoto. You can see this fight anywhere. Check it out, guys. You definitely got to watch it. Also, shout out to Mia because she is now ranked after her last fight in Dubai. She's now ranked second in the IBF. So she's really made a statement, guys. Also, in 2008, Daniela Smith became the first female to win 2 New Zealand titles. Multiple New Zealand women have matched that record over the years, including retired WBO World Light Heavyweight Champion Gervonta Peers. Not only did Mia beat that 14-year record, but she also set the record with 4 New Zealand titles in 4 different weight divisions. The first New Zealand title has seen the NZPBA lightweight title won by a third-round stoppage in March of 2021 against Australian champion Tanya Reid. The second title was the PBC CNZ super lightweight title in July. That one was against former New Zealand champion Michaela Jenkins. Unanimous decision win there. The third, which was the record-breaking title fight, was a first-round knockout for the PBCNZ featherweight title against Alicia Ibed. And finally, the title fight, which I call the super fight, and now record-setting title, winning the PBCNZ super featherweight title against former world-ranked boxer Baby Nansen. Mia also added the PBC NZ International Featherweight title to her collection, as well as the WBC Asia Continental Super Bantamweight title, with a full collection of 6 titles since debuting in 2020 and doing this all inside of 15 fights.
Yeah, man, very impressive, man. All inside 15 fights.
Yeah, all inside
Definitely
15 fights.
definitely the most accomplished boxer to come out of New Zealand, I believe.
Yes, definitely.
And she's already the most accomplished, and her accolades keep going and going. Not sure how old she is, but she still has a long career ahead of her. She hasn't taken that much damage, so her defense is good, so she can still has a good long run, good long undefeated run, hopefully. And looking forward to having her back on the show to talk all about it.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely get her in here to talk about it. She's a great friend and fan of the show. We've interviewed her numerous times. But we got to talk about other things. Top fighter of the year. It went to Clarissa. What do you think about that?
100%, she deserved it. She's had the toughest career out of any female boxer out right now. Again, I mentioned Franchon Cruz, who's an undisputed champion right now. That's who Clarissa Shields' professional debut was against. To show you the level of competition that she's faced this year. She had the biggest fight against Savannah Marshall, who they promoted as the last person to beat her, but it's
Yeah,
different in the professional ranks. So she got that big win, well deserved, and yeah, she definitely deserves Fighter of the Year just from what she's been doing.
definitely.
Reign.
And you know what? We gotta talk about Amanda Serrano too. Honestly, I feel like she hasn't been talked about enough this year. That big fight that she was in last. She's always one to get in there and just she's a bruiser. And I love watching this girl fight. Definitely one of these hard hitting girls. Uh, her last fight. What were your thoughts on that, man?
Serrano's last fight against Katie Taylor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a classic. That was a classic. I was back and forth. They gave it to Kayla. I forget who I scored the fight for. I might have gave it. I don't know. It was a close fight. It was a close fight.
It
Hopefully
was
they can.
it was scored 93, 96, 93, 97, 96, 94.
But my specific scorecard, I forget what I specifically scored it. I'll look for that as we're talking right now. But was there any talks of doing a rematch, or
I
I know they
believe I believe the rematch is set. I believe
really.
there's one being set up. I believe there is one. Just like I believe what Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. There's a rematch there for that one too.
Really? How
I thought,
really?
I heard something about a rematch clause that you know
There's no date. They're
no
talking
date.
about it, or they actually have a date.
I've heard that it's been
I'm
I've heard
looking
that
for
it's
my.
been talked about.
Okay, I was looking for my scorecard for. Couldn't find it though. But yeah, man, it was a very close fight. Hopefully, they can get that rematch going. And yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Big year, big year. Honestly, we got to talk. One of them that gets a shout out, man, for me, definitely for doing some big things this year, is our girl Ebony Bridges. Another one there out of Australia. You know, breaking all those barriers, really putting her name out there, showing you how new social media can really move you through your career. Definitely huge things, man, for this girl. Uh, she's made a lot of controversy. A lot of people don't like the way that she dresses at these weigh-ins, but you know what? Shout out to you, girl. You're doing what you do, and honestly, you're making moves. You're getting in that ring. You are a trooper, so you get a mention from me, man. Honestly, that Courtney fight, it did it for me, man. Watching that, that eye, that half these guys out there, would have tapped, man. That shows heart, dedication, the drive. You definitely got what it takes to be a champion. But yeah, shout out to our girls, man, this year. Sky Nicholson, winning prospect of the year. Miyamoto, you know what? Killing it. New Zealand, winning all these great accolades. Definitely can't wait to see you, fighting for another world title soon enough. You're slowly climbing up these rankings, Mia, and you're doing big things. Put New Zealand on the map. Peach Boxing, I've already done this stable, guys, man. Isaac Peach really turning out some real champions here. Whole stable full of champions. And Mia, yes, you are really doing it big for women. Shout out to you. Shout out to your big year this year. Really super active. Putting those titles around your waist. Congratulations. Sky Nicholson, yes, you as well. Congrats. 5 fights, 5 wins. Big year for you. Can't wait to see what's going on in 2023. But guys, you know what it is, man. It's your man Mike. It's Friday. It's Female Friday. We talked about it. It's almost the new year, guys. So we will see you on the Knuckle Up platform in the new year. Don't forget to join us tonight. We will be talking about the end of the year for all of boxing and all the big things that have been going on throughout the year. We'll do a little recap, 7 o'clock tonight on the panel. So make sure you come and join us, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. We'll see you there, man. Peace.